I just did about a 10-minute video, and evidently, when I clicked off of it onto something else, it didn't record. So I'm sorry. I don't know if I can remember all this to repeat it. But hey, it's Andy here. Willard Enterprises is the site, and we posted a update earlier. I would ask that you just go to the site and take a look at the blog and see our latest update. It shows the number of shares, the number of members, number of blocks that are sold, all of that information. It's already outdated because we've added another member and 10 more blocks to the equation. And that's constantly changing, and that's why I don't really like to post that, because I don't want to be held to some number that is so fluid. But that's it for now. And maybe about once a month I'll post the actual number of blocks and number of members and go from that. I'm not going to do it each time we update on the stocks themselves. The stocks, there were around 3 million more that were bought that we had in dinar reserves on the account. We didn't go up in the asset value. I think it even went down just a hair, and that's going to go up and down based on the number of or the share price. If it drops 0.01, it's going to be a pretty significant difference when you got 500 million shares. So, but yeah, the goal is to continue to add to the order that we placed back mid-December, I believe it was, where we were going to do we're going to do 500 million on the banks, the 3 banks. We've got one that still has not reached that. Asia Sale at 50 million. Then IBSD and IMAP, we wanted to get to 100 million each of those. Once we do that, we're looking at a couple of other stocks. There aren't that many stocks in the Iraqi stock market to begin with, and the ones that are there, most are not any sort of growth or any sort of income. So we don't want to invest in any of those, and there are a lot more of those than there are good stocks. But I've been talking to the broker, and we've got a couple of decent ones that we're going to take a look at and see. Otherwise, we're going to continue to increase IBSD and TASC, which are the 2 biggest dividend stocks that are out there in Iraq. So we're going to continue to build those up. It's all about the dividends for us for a while. And of course, the bank stocks are only purchased to see if they do have any increase in value. And we can just sell those, either take a big lump payment or add those to the IBSD and TASC. So we'll figure all that out as we go. I've had several people tell me they want updates, and there's just not a lot to update you on. I do not want to do news videos. To me, it's so misleading, and it's cherry picked, and the pumpers want to only nit or pick at the great stories or misinterpret what something actually says, put their own thoughts and their own impressions into it, and to me, that's just not serving you right. It's not my goal to mislead anybody, and that's a big part of the reason that the separation took place last month. And I just don't have anything to do with anybody that pumps. I don't have anything to do with anybody that asks for money and doesn't do anything with it. And so we're free and clear. Willard Enterprises is its own entity, always was, but we're associated and affiliated with nobody. You're asking what we can do videos on, or I'm asked that quite often. When is your next video? There's just not a lot to do videos on. But what I do want to do is, probably not this week, but sometime next week, I will start trying to get in touch with some wealth managers and see if I can get some videos from different ones. Different perspectives are always good and can give you ideas. One may not tell you something you want to hear, while another may jog something in you that says, yes, that's the route I want to go. So I want to get several different ones. I'd love to have a whole series of wealth managers on and do a show with them and let them tell you what they think. I'm not going to predetermine the outcome or the conversation. I'm not going to give them any preconditions or questions in advance. We'll just get on there. I'll let them talk and I'll ask questions that I can think of, and we can possibly do it in such a way that it's a Zoom call where we'll have 98 other people on the call with us who can also ask questions. So we'll try to get as much information for you for not only pre-RV but post-RV or post-rate change, and we'll just that's the kind of stuff I want to try to help you with. We had the trust call. I hope I think a few people have reached out to them on the trusts, and it's working out very well for me. I did get 2 trusts and moving forward with that. So it's all progressing, and we're working for that end time. We just don't know when that end time is going to be, and we're just hoping for this to come to fruition very soon. While we still don't know a rate, we don't know a date, we don't know anything, and the news looks promising that something is definitely happening, but I don't want to get your hopes up, and I don't want to tell you something that may not be true. I'm not in a position to where I can give you the news, because I don't really interpret what they say quite the way it probably should be interpreted, and their words mean things that we don't even know about. So I just don't want to get into that. But if you've got other suggestions other than wealth managers, put some comments in. Let me know what you want to see videos on, and I'll be happy to try to put that together for you. The only other thing is completely off topic, off dinar, off stocks. I have a website that I started Saturday, and it's a social networking site. So if you're tired of Twitter flagging free speech, they are now going to have their own, they don't call it fact checking, but they have their own system in place to do that. Like Facebook fact checks everything, even though the fact checkers aren't factual. So just beyond sick of all that, so I created a social networking site where free speech is honored and respected. We're not going to tell you if it's fake. It's up to you to determine that. It's up to you to do your own research and figure out if something is real or not real. And there's no going to be any partisanship. I'm a very staunch conservative. I will be for as long as I'm around, and but everybody has a right to their voice. Nobody will be silenced unless it's just stupid, really, really stupid. Whether it's threatening, if it's inciting violence, the natural things where we have a right to free speech, but there are limits. So I just hope that you'll go and sign up on, it's called Clattr, KLATR.com, and I'll put a link in the description down below. Hope you'll give it a try and sign up. It's only been 3 days. We don't have that many members yet, but it is growing daily, and I would love to see it. I'd love to see it be the choice for a lot of people in the near future. The more that we can put a hurt to the ones that are trying to stifle free speech, the better it is. And that's my goal. And I was booted off of Twitter well over a year ago, way over a year ago. And no explanation. You could, at the time, I could still see all my posts, and I couldn't see anything at all that would remotely show that I violated any kind of policies or anything. If I violated their policies, it was because it was a stupid policy. It made no sense, and I didn't even realize I got no warnings, no anything, permanently suspended. My goal from there was I always wanted to do a social network site, and I've had this website for almost 4 years, and was trying to get other people to to build it, to share in the business, to own part of the business and all that. And 3 or 4 times I had people that were anxiously building and then nothing. So I'd take matters in my own hands, put it together, and I hope you like it. I hope it will serve a purpose. We are First Amendment friendly. We're Second Amendment friendly. So hop on over KLATR.com and have a look. I hope you'll like it. I hope you'll join, and I hope you'll invite friends to join. I think it can be a great site once every site takes a little getting used to. It's got a little bit of Facebook and a little bit of Twitter. You can follow any member, or you can connect. And connecting is like Facebook, where you ask to be friends, but on us it's connecting with them. And once you're connected, then you're friends there, but you can also follow people just like on Twitter. So you got a little bit of Facebook, a little bit of Twitter, but we have forums, we have groups. There's a lot there, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope you'll let me know what you like, don't like about it, and we'll do what we can. But yeah, it's been a busy month, and I'm loving every minute of it. We'll see what happens with the dinar. We'll see what happens with these stocks, and again, it's not going to change until the money's coming in and I send it to Iraq. So our growth is 100% dependent on you and those that you have join us, because without people buying blocks, adding to their blocks, signing up and creating an account, there is no additional funds going to Iraq. So and I'm okay with that. I'm okay if the RV happens tomorrow. I really am. So either way, I'm good. We don't have to have any new members. We're all in good shape. So it's completely up to you. But if I get the funds, then I'm sending it over, and you'll be good to go. My hat, let's see if I can turn it right, is the A7FL, American 7 Football League. I'm an investor in that company, and just hoping that they take off. Look them up on Facebook. I'm going to get them to start posting on my site if I can. I'm not a big investor in them, of course, but I am an investor, and I hope for their success. I do not watch the NFL, won't watch the NFL ever again, and it kills me because the Super Bowl was a big day in my life at one time. So, yeah, had some great Super Bowl parties, but I'm not supporting somebody who doesn't support my creator. So, anyway, I think that's everything. I've yacked your year off, and let me know what you want to see videos on, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Until then, God bless you all. Have a great week.